Hi, it's been a while since I uploaded a video and so much good has happened since then. We've had our second child, a daughter, and her name is Aurelia, which means golden, as it is the darkest time of the year when the light is reborn, where we enter the new cycle of light. And both she and her sister have Latin names. Florence, our first one, got a name because she was born at the peak summer, so that's when everything is flourishing, therefore Florence. And it's quite beautiful with the name giving because we never discussed names. It was like they came early on. Each of us just had this sort of name in our head, and it was perfect from the beginning. So everything is fine, the baby is healthy, my wife is doing super, she's really an incredible, strong woman. For me, she's a saint, like the perfect sort of combination of, intellect, soul, spirit, and motherhood. So we're doing good, and the month before birth and now the time after, we are mostly sort of having a good ambient at home and having fun, being intimate, having a cozy time. It's winter, so big things won't happen until at least a couple of months ahead. So anyway, last year I did a video called 2017 and Beyond, and I thought maybe that's a good tradition to start on the channel for every year. And that video was really about big ideas, consciousness, global movements, and sort of politics, the future, society, like big ideas. And for this time around, I just want to sort of talk about something that one really cannot talk about, because we all can have ideas about things, right? And know things. But what's that worth really if you don't sort of incorporate that in your life? It's just a floating idea which we might or might not challenge by exposing it to other people's beliefs. So for this sort of 2018 and beyond video, my topic is more based on the sort of micro level, the individual kind of thing, where we ought to sort of really improve ourselves and make those ideas and things we see about ourselves and our sort of vision, make that happen. And when I say improve, I don't mean necessarily, you and me are bad and we have to improve, because improving is a never-ending sort of attachment of just, trying to get something. I just mean that in the most normal, basic way, as we are human beings with a brain, with a stomach, gut feeling, and a heart. We strive towards some kind of improvement, or at least just to sort of maintain a good kind of status quo for ourselves, if we are happy with whatever our situation is. So that's something I think is relevant, no matter if you have 5, 2, or no children, or if you're married or not married. That doesn't matter, because all those big ideas are just like flotation in the mind. It gives you some kind of reassurance that you know something. Oh, you connect the dots, about this, you think this will happen, you have this picture of something, but it's all just partial and relative. And it's not bad, it's good, that's all we can do. We can just use the intellect we have. But most important thing is to sort of, like, if you know a good idea, talk about it 2-3 times, but then try to sort of incorporate it, make somebody else notice what you talk about, and sort of step up to the next level that we as individuals can do. And in a society where depending on where you live, what your environment is, being of an independent mind can be tricky. It can be sort of tiresome of always explaining yourself. And one major thing in my life, which was one of the most important sort of improvements or whatever, is to sort of take things with ease, to float with things, not to sort of, things will hit you. People think everything about you, but that's the way things are. There's nothing like, don't let things drag you down. And so for this year's kind of topic, it's hard to really talk about it, but that's something I want to sort of, I hope this channel will sort of try to encapsulate in some way or another, because I can talk about global consciousness, the future, the history, what I think about this and that, but really, what is it that we do? What is it that we teach one another? How is it that we live our life? Are we flourishing with energy and strength, or are we getting tired and being sort of stuck upside in our intellect all the time? Those things are very different for each individual, and especially when you have family, you have a certain kind of obligation, and if those obligations, to, for example, in my case, for the children, for the household, for providing and whatever, if that makes you tiresome and grumpy, that's not a good thing, because that's also one thing that one needs to sort of learn to float. Like, before I was in a family, it was all about me, and everybody else, whatever they sort of engage with me. Now you have 3 other people to sort of be around, and what I find sort of crucial is really that sort of way of incorporating the good ideas we have and to manifest them, and to dare to change something, because no change can happen in your life if you do things the same way you did before. It's always important to sort of like see something of a bad habit, or not necessarily a bad habit, but it can be a habit that sort of drains your time, your energy, or your focus, and sort of reshape that, and in the end make everything sort of benefit for oneself, like everything from lack of sleep, everything from potential frustration or joy or whatever, make it sort of as a benefit, as a manure for oneself. And I think I've said this many times before, but I stick to these things, and I live by them, and I think I sort of incorporate them in my life. And perhaps I will talk more about this in the future, because as you grow older, well, not grow older, but sort of grow into this sort of full spectrum of life, family, money, job, politics, health, all aspects. And it's no longer only about me, it's about 3 other people, and all of us 3 in relationship to the context, the society we live in. You really notice how things are done on average, and one tries just to sort of improve that and be true to one's own path and goals in life. So in that sense, I think this video is a bit different than the last year's, because that was talk about big stuff, which is interesting, stimulating, but for this video, maybe it's nothing practical said, I guess, but more just a reminder for myself, because the year is just about to start. We have many plans, and you can't let things drain you. You must, it's beneficial to make everything sort of work for you while you can, and so maybe remind you too about it, you see. So there was some thoughts about that. Anyway, yeah, we're a family of 4 now, and yeah, things will change, but they will also sort of stay the same. And I think it's really wonderful now to see the sisters engaged together, and they look quite when when Aurelia was born, I thought, wow, she really looks like her sister. It's like twins with a couple of years in between. Yeah, really funny. So yeah, that's that. And I also just wanted to make an update and make a first video of the year, and let's see what's ahead. So just to summarize it, all those big ideas, all that knowledge, all that everything one knows, one speculates, one thinks about, it's all worth nothing unless you sort of make something that empowers you, and through yourself you empower people around you, whoever those might be, and to make something productive, and to make things work for you. So yeah, that was that. Let's wrap this up, and good fortsättning, as we say in Sweden, like a good continuum. So yeah, happy new year anyway. And if you want to see some like family photos and stuff, I'll leave a link to the blog post. So yeah, take care and all the best. Ciao.